Welcome, comrades, to another lovely edition of Ramblin' Rednecks Revue, the Triple R. I'm Chris. That's Brittany. And the guy below is Zach. My friend Zach. How's it going, Zach?
Very good. And to do a throwback, we can do Welcome to the Rambling Rednecks Revue.
We should get that. We should Fiverr that.
Fiverr that. I don't think anybody.
Tears of
Our
our
enemies.
enemies.
Yeah,
Milk
Tears of
stout
My
for
Enemies.
Monday night
We've been
that
drinking 'em.
I can't get in Georgia, but I got it in Tennessee.
Read what it is. It's a stout, but it's what kind
It's
of
a milk stout in bourbon barrels. It's got like a kind of a coffee finish to it, so I think Chris would like it. And then if that's not enough, then there's the KBS, which
classic.
famously, I think the 20th anniversary is coming.
Yeah,
and
20th anniversary.
years ago, we went to this convention, and I could get one bottle, and now it's in grocery stores. So
Yeah, it's
you know,
everywhere.
before the beer thing completely collapses, at least we have this going for
The
us.
Great Beer Crash of 2023.
Wait, what's going on? I don't drink beer, so the beer.
Oh wait!
industry's-
First of all, Zach, we need to hear a little about yourself.
Oh,
How
yeah,
do you-
go
How
ahead.
do we know each other, Zach, and who you are and all?
I
Who
just
are you
met
again?
Zach like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. Well, Chris and I go way back. In fact, my former podcast, Sacrilege Cast, I guarantee you were the last person on there, and I think you were definitely the most frequent guest. I think it was episode 268 was the last one. It was March of last year, and it just kind of faded. I don't know. But yeah, we initially met. You were like the 7th interview I did, I think.
Why?
And it was
Why'd
from
you
like a,
interview
it was
this
from like a
guy?
parking lot. This was back when he was Chris Seethan Heathen.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
he
that
was-
was your wrestling name?
He was during his angry. Well, you wish.
Atheist. That was my atheist little atheist.
What's up with
podcast.
you guys when you're atheist? What's my atheist name?
Okay, we're not. We could do a whole show. We're gonna get
I mean,
sidetracked.
I guess sacrilege was just something very easy, but then
He
very
did-
hard for people to spell based on how they, people would be like, "I was on this show and I can't spell it." I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a word people use very often.
Can I be the Britical? Okay, no, all right.
Sure, you might want to workshop it, but Chris, I just want to say, Chris, I really thought you were excellent in season 3 of The Great, and I'm sure you haven't watched that yet, but that's
What?
it's a show. It's on Hulu. It's about kind of Catherine the Great, but it's kind of
Oh, I've heard. of
modern
this.
because it's like they're Russian, but they speak with British accents, but it's an
Oh
American
God,
show.
I hate shit like that. Okay.
And Chris is
And
on
there's
the
a
show?
guy on there who's the Rasputin character. He's got the giant beard, and he kind of. It'd be you with like maybe another year of growth. But
Yeah, I need to get it back out. I saw old pictures, and that shit was magnificent. God damn, that shit was all the way to here. All right, anyway, we're getting off topic. So, Zach,
I mean, I hope you have a lot to talk about because one of the benefits of doing the show I did is I'd interview people, and that would mean they would talk, and I would.
there's stuff to talk about, trust me.
So,
But I call
We'll see how
Zach
it
the
goes.
beer king because beer is, I've learned a lot from, he's like my beer guru. I found out a lot about beer through the Zach Meister. So, we always appreciate that. Although sometimes it's a blessing and a curse. But that's on me and not on him.
yeah, apparently it was a curse last time. Tell me how much you want to talk about the 6-pack I left for you.
I'd rather not speak on that.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I'd rather not speak
We'll move on from
Anyway,
there. I brought him a beer gift pack. I didn't even charge him, Some people are, that might be the way to go in the future. It was just beers that I thought he would like. And more on the regular stout side. They're a little more bitter because Chris likes it that way.
I'm bitter. So yeah, the last
Yeah.
couple of weekends I've been trying, but I'm gonna
Oh yeah,
I'll
cat
buck
shirt.
one down. And he's got a cat shirt. So anyway, yeah, Zach, we know each other from him for about like 8 years. He's a good guy. His interviewing skills are a bit suspect, but you can't have
They're a
everything.
bit
What does that
over.
mean?
Just kidding. No, his show is he interviewed people. That was his. He interviewed all the biggest and greatest atheist names back in the day.
Oh, shit. I want to get into this, and then
No,
I
you
can
don't.
tell my
No.
parents on
No, you don't.
Thanksgiving.
No, it's boring and it's stupid. It's just the same thing with any other group. It's cliquey as shit. And, I mean, it's
Yeah.
fun
It
for a
is true.
while until people start infighting, and then there's a bunch of drama, and then
Everybody wants to be in a cult, man.
I know people want to be a part of something. I don't necessarily, and then they get in with good intentions, and I think sometimes they just kind of drift into the kind of the herd mentality. Anyway, that's a whole different thing.
Sounds like communism, maybe. Just kidding.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just fucking with you, dude. I'm just
So
trying
this
to.
is kind of shit I gotta deal with all the time.
I try to just regurgitate right wing stuff to make it funny.
I was like, who's more commie of the two?
Probably me. No.
No. I'm realistic. You are idealistic. There's a difference.
Which one would women like better, realistic or idealistic?
Realistic is what works. Idealistic is what you. Oh, that's so wonderful. Wouldn't it be nice? You got to work within the chief Fergus?
I don't know what works. We can't even have like democratic socialism in this country, so
True.
we
like
can't
it
even
like
have
makes
that,
people scared.
Wait, Chris, are you Trotsky and I'm Stalin?
Oh,
Is that
here
what we're
we
saying?
go. I don't know. I don't really care about either of them, to be honest with you.
Oh, fuck you, dude. They used to rob banks and shit, man.
I don't care.
It was
Anyway,
Go on.
so the first story we got is one Zach brought up just because I thought it was funny
yeah.
because fuck this guy. Everybody's favorite dude, Mike Lindell, everybody's favorite pillow guy, had to sell his shit because he's losing customers or something. Isn't that what it is?
What? I thought Republicans were on the rise, though. You know? All right, should we watch this video? Because we're not good at reading things, Zach.
Yeah, just go ahead.
Okay, probably a good call.
Make sure it's loud.
Walmart is dropping My Pillow bedding from its shelves. The company is headed by Mike Lindell, who still claims the 2020 election was rigged.
Totally.
Okay. Lindell predictably whined that
I
he-
said, why don't you just tell
Okay.
me you're canceling me? And he gets this smirk on his face. And I said, you know what? You're going to be all over the news tomorrow. Shame on you, Walmart. Slam the computer
They
down.
don't give a fuck about you, bruh.
Wow.
Wait. So he's claiming cancel culture because Walmart
It's
is
not
dropping
Yeah, they're dropping.
dropping his pillows because they're not selling, and he thinks he's being
I
canceled.
thought it was. That's called capitalism, right? That's
Yeah,
what
it's
they
called
like.
Yeah.
capitalism.
I love that. Every time something happens that they don't like, they just
I mean, the whole no accountability thing on the right does not fit into capitalism. So I don't know. Might have to reboot that one.
yeah. There can't be much more of this, right?
For the bigger things to worry about than just the revenue. He's being
Thanks.
sued. They're still suing him. I forgot about
He's being
that.
sued by 2 voting machine companies after he claimed they helped. Was one of them Dominion?
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
He's fucked. Yeah, he's fucked. I mean, we knew he was. Yeah,
he's
Yeah,
got
Smartmatic and Dominion are seeking
He's
4
got no
billion.
money.
Oh God.
This,
Like Fox paid him. That was like a
This
rounding
stuff,
error
man.
for them, but for him, yeah, he's got nothing.
Yeah, he's fucked.
Yeah.
Well, I
Sort of like
just
trying to
wanted-
get money from Trump's lawyers, trying to get money from him. It's not gonna happen.
We already got
Good
a
luck.
comment, Brittany. You're off. You're off. You're
I
out.
know, my fucking
Yeah, no,
dumbass
it's from
friends gotta
Facebook, which
come
is
in
always
here.
good.
What the fuck? Yes, we see your comment, Matt. You don't have to. You don't have
Who's
to text
Matt?
me
Oh,
privately.
that's
Really?
that's one of her friends.
Yeah, it's one of my friends. He says
'Cause
that
if-
I'm fake. Wait,
You
what?
are fake though.
So which city is big city then? Or do you don't
Well,
want to say?
I lived in Jacksonville, which is the biggest,
gosh.
which is the largest. That's where I was born and raised, which is the largest city in the lower 48
By area.
By area. So that's one big city, Britt. Then I moved to Orlando, which is just a big city in general, and now I live in Los Angeles, which is a big city. So
So you left the wait. That's the anti-narrative there, because people were leaving the free state of Florida,
Right.
but no,
Yeah.
people were leaving the state of California. Man, it's a good
I
time.
moved to
there.
California from Florida. I said,
They bringing their ass out here, but don't get me started on that.
yeah, it's getting way better out here. Look, it's only my friends are roasting me for not having friends, but it's only my friends in the chat. So
Go turtle, go!
Exactly.
Is that your
So-
friend too?
yeah, his name's Turtle, and he's trying to date this girl that's she's a turtle like scientist.
Wait, is he the dude on Instagram?
I don't know.
Because there's a dude on Instagram that keeps commenting on shit.
So yeah, I might have to talk about this whole having friends thing. Like, I still haven't recovered from COVID and still stay mostly in this room. So.
It's like I don't, bruh. I've had this conversation several times.
What?
I just
Listen.
have 2 cats. Nobody. I don't know.
I mean, I work from home, so this office is my domain.
This is my office right here.
Can I do the pouring sounds? Oh, ooh, I like that.
Very
Yeah.
ASMR of you.
I'm gonna just go ahead and say the N word for my friend Matt real quick, and then we can move on.
Whatever. Anyway, so fuck Mike Lindell. We're super happy that happened to him. You got anything else, Zach, or is it
Congratulations.
just? I'm thinking Schadenfreude is probably just.
I mean, he's selling off like equipment, so because he was the guy who said, "Prove me wrong." Like, he did the like Steve Crowder thing, but he actually did it. He said, $5 million. Like, you'll get $5 million if you can prove that I'm lying, and they did. And a judge said, "Okay, you have to pay him," which he's probably in a line now.
Yikes.
I mean, it's bad enough that this guy. I mean, this guy's got to have all this money, but maybe he's going back to whatever he was. He was a druggie before. It's almost like maybe he needs to go back.
Was he? He's like Rush Limbaugh.
I mean, Rush Limbaugh. When did he quit? When he died? Yeah.
Yeah.
The best.
Didn't he like something happened to his hearing because he did so much drugs or something? You didn't hear that? I
He
swear
was
to
the
God.
guy. Didn't he travel to like countries to have like sex with probably underage? I mean, I don't know. It's bad.
Probably.
But it's funny that like no one's really taken over for him. Like, he hasn't. Although there seems to be like 50 versions. I mean.
Oh, there'll be more. There'll be somebody who'll step up to the bullshit.
Checked out. It was like Sam Cedar debating like Charlie Kirk, and it was from 4 years ago. I'm like, Charlie Kirk, how old was he? Like 12?
Yeah, how do you
And he
debate?
was
now.
bad, but he talked
No, but
so
4 years ago he was
fast.
like 24, 25, 26.
But it was just, they get him young, and I don't know. I guess they're never gonna die because.
Oh yeah, well
rich
fuck
people
Sam
have all this
Cedar.
money.
Why can't he debate somebody his own fucking age?
He tried to debate Steve Crowder. It was hilarious when he.
Cold feet Crowder, baby.
Yeah, fuck him, dude. Okay, the rumor is that Rush Limbaugh had hearing aids because of prescription pain pills. He did so many prescription pain pills.
Yeah, I think he probably was on everything.
Yeah. All right.
I don't think that may or may not be true, but we don't deal in rumors here. We are strictly a fact-based show. Just so everybody knows. All the haters, we are strictly a fact-based show. And
I think
the
all the
fact
Tim
is,
Pool
we are
fans-
always right. Motherfuckers.
They may not agree.
I think the Tim Pool fans would fucking. You know what? I'm gonna take this clip and I'm gonna put some crazy ass Tim Pool tag on it, like Tim Pool gets owned by
What did he say?
fucking.
Woo wee or something or something.
Yeah.
Woo wee.
And then they'll watch this and we can say, "Hey, Tim Pool people, go fuck yourselves."
Well,
Gotcha.
If you
Got
don't agree to have sushi with him wherever the hell he is, like he said, it was in West Virginia. I'm like, do you want to have sushi in West Virginia? First of all, and then do you want to hang out with these people? And if you don't hang out with them, they'll call you a pedophile. And if you do
Yeah.
hang out with them, they'll call you a pedophile.
They call me and
Great.
Chris pedophiles all the time. It's hilarious.
Anyway, so fuck Lindell. Which, what do we got? Not much
Oh
else.
yeah, we were gonna talk about the strike a little bit.
Yeah, what's going on with the...
Well, if
The,
Zach doesn't know, I work out here in television. I'm in the IATSE union. So we're not like
You're in a union. Whoa, what's that? I'm in Georgia. I don't know
Yeah.
what that is.
we're not. Our contracts
Explain
are
it
next
slowly
year.
and maybe with pictures.
Yeah, true. Our contracts are like next year, so we're not really part of this. But a lot of us are out of work. One of them being my friend Matt, that's in the fucking comments, who hasn't worked since fucking November, I think. But yeah, so it came out today. Studio execs plan to starve out the writers, and it wasn't Variety article, but I think it got taken down. Matt, if you're still in the chat, let me know. But yeah, they
I
said
think
today.
that comment came out, and then somebody later was like trying to retract it. But I
Right.
mean, once it's out, it's out.
Yeah.
I mean, I live in Georgia and Atlanta, it's like every Marvel movie gets made here. So it's
Yep.
like Georgia, because we have that tax break,
Yeah.
has become a pretty big film and TV area. It's kind of funny, like, because I live close to like downtown Decatur, and that's like they made that like Tulsa and won an HBO show, and it's like
Nice.
they
I got
film
tons of
Stranger
friends.
Things here. They film like every
Yeah, I got tons
Marvel.
of friends that live out there and do that. And I think a lot of them are out of work too. So yeah, it fucking sucks. But
unless it's like, because I have a friend who's working on a movie, and it's like, well, we can do it because we already have a script. But if you're TV and you need a new episode every week, you're not. It's not happening.
yeah. Well, the thing is like they're even if it's a feature film, they're constantly writing. You know, they're
Yeah,
filming
they
a
can't.
movie or whatever. They want to change something and they like can't change it. So that's why a lot of things just went ahead and shut down. But I'm trying to find like anything in here about any of this shit. But they said that they were the target that they were trying to hit was October, which is not really that far away. I mean, we've made it this far.
So
I mean,
we're
but
looking
SAG-
for, was it a Chat GPT or AI? They're trying to get to like write scripts
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, pretty much.
It looks like SAG. If SAG jumps in, that's a big deal.
Yeah, I really want. Okay, so the thing about SAG is their contracts expired on the 12th, which is today. I think it might have been midnight last night, and so they could go on strike as early as tomorrow because they've already authorized their vote. So they would like immediately go on strike, and then everything would be shut down, except for a couple things. Like I don't think my show's going to shut down because we're already done. We're just doing.
What's your
visual
show, Brittany?
effects. Are you gonna make me name
Ooh.
drop my show?
Please tell me. I think I know.
for all mankind.
Yeah, baby.
When's it gonna be back on?
Sooner than you think. We're finishing.
Zach loves
And
that
is
show. that's
Joel
what-
Kinnaman going to look 4 months older or 6 months older? Because that dude does not, look his age on that show.
I can't say.
I know.
But yeah, it
I
sucks.
assume it's coming out later this year based on previous season. But
Yeah, if not that, probably like beginning of next year. But then the other thing is CEOs and industry insiders seek federal mediation to help avert the SAG strike. So we know how this went down with the railroad workers, right?
Oh yeah, they got involved and said, take it or just take it.
Yeah, so me and my friends are already arguing about whether or not, what's going to happen,
I don't think that's going to happen.
What?
Only because the railroad is everywhere in the country. That's a little more pressing. Hollywood is Hollywood, and you're not going to fucking. I don't see a upside for a Democrat, especially getting involved. Of course, they're bullshit liberals anyway, but I don't see them winning. I don't care if you are the president. What are they gonna do? Make him go? What? You gonna do some Pinkerton shit and put guns to their head and make them go to work? I mean, come on.
Well, I mean, so I feel it both ways. Like, there's so much money to be made, and because it isn't as important as the railroad workers, I feel like Biden would just be like, "Yo, get them back to work. Who gives a fuck? Get them back to work. Go back to work." Right?
How?
So what's the difference between the current strike and the group that's about to strike?
The group that's striking right now is the Writers Guild, and SAG is the Screen Actors Guild. And they, in between there was talks with the Directors Guild. They like did all of them this summer, and they managed to, make a new deal. But a lot of people are not. It's very controversial. A lot of people aren't really happy with it. So they thought that there was a potential that there could have been a 3-way strike, but DGA is not striking.
Fucking directors.
Yeah.
Fuck you
Well,
all.
you know what you can do if the 2 strikes happen? Just Sound of Freedom 2, right? Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, check out the big segue on Zach. Good job, Zach. It's almost like you're
Damn.
professional.
Well, is that Dragon or something?
But apparently every movie theater that showed that movie had their air conditioning go out or some random
Yeah.
like stories.
I saw that.
If you got Mel Gibson and Jim Caviezel talking, of course he's in the movie. I didn't realize that movie like was in the can like in 2018.
Yeah,
It just came out, which as someone in Hollywood, that happens. Like stuff gets done and they just don't know what to do with it, and it seems like it's doing pretty well.
They know what to do with it. They know what to do with it. All right. Did you bring?
Do you guys get on Twitter? Are you guys Twitter people?
Oh boy.
He is more.
I still am.
Are you? Okay, I'm
worse.
not a big Twitter person. I get on there like, every once in a while. But it seems like months, weeks.
Every third tweet has been a promotion for that, or an article from the Telegraph saying that evangelicals from working from home have been proven wrong. I'm like, dude, I've worked from home for like 4 years. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Trust me.
So
I'm lucky that I do, but it's.
So it's not just me. I'm not just getting the sound of freedom.
It's getting pushed. Like if you watch anything left of Joe Biden on YouTube, you're gonna get like a Daily Wire ad popping up.
Oh God!
And, like,
but I don't really do that, so why?
Yeah.
They're pushing it hard. I mean, like he said, it is like every third.
They said it made more than the Indiana Jones movie on July 4th. I don't know if that's good or bad because I don't know if old Harrison Ford is
Hold on. Have you guys seen Indy 5?
No.
No, I ain't watching that.
It's got to be better than Crystal Skull. Ooh.
It's so good, dude. I loved.
Don't listen to her. She knows nothing about.
I was going to see it, and then I was like, "Oh, that's right. Every action movie now has to be like 2.5 hours." And I'm like,
It is. It's very long.
I'll just wait and download.
I have to smuggle in at least 2 beers to make it through
a certain way.
Okay, that's fair.
That may or may not be legal. Anyway.
Anyways,
so what is your prognostication? Your personal prognostication, Britt, on the whole strike thing? Is it going to happen? Yeah.
Are the actors going to strike? I have no fucking clue. Do I want them to? Hell yeah, I do. But also, I'm in a very good spot to say that because I have a job and I have had a job. But I think even if I was in a place like my friend Matt, who hasn't worked for a long time, like I think it's the best route. Even us, like last time we did our contracts, we almost struck. I don't know if you guys remember that. But we voted on it, and then they came to a deal like at the 11th hour under our noses. So like we need something like this to happen to help push everyone forward, not just writers and actors. So I want it to happen. Will it happen? I don't know.
All right. Well, I guess
it's short term, but it almost helps for strikes to happen just to let people know that like unions are a thing.
Right.
I haven't worked in a place where unions been even a possibility. I used to work as a contractor for IBM. They're like, don't say the word don't say the word strike or union. You're not allowed. It's like, okay, geez.
I mean, that's how I was like in Florida. I didn't know anything about the stuff.
Oh, in Florida, yeah.
Yeah, and then I even still like I kind of like wanted to be in TV, so I knew I had to be in the union and in the guild to do what I wanted to do. But I didn't really know what it meant until my first like round of contracts and like experiencing that. So yeah.
Well,
okay, so this is just we won't share this with anybody, but okay, I have one question about For All Mankind.
Oh God.
So what's it actually like on Mars? I'm not going to ask anything. No. Just,
we're looking forward to it.
You were there. It's very red, and apparently people act like idiots on Mars. Anyway.
Yeah.
They go crazy. All right, Britt. Did you pull up the trailer for everybody's favorite movie?
The movie of the summer.
We're all going to see that, right?
That beat out. You bet your ass I'm going to get it when it comes. Well, all right. You already know.
It might be kind of loud, so let me know if it's loud. But I think it has to be.
It is the sound of freedom, people.
Yeah, that's listen very carefully.
Everything is true.
How'd that make you feel? Giving a child his freedom. Felt good. You have been at this for 12 years.
My country, 'tis of thee.
Why are you doing it? Because God's children are not for sale. It is the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen.
It's the best.
For Homeland Security, you know we can't go off rescuing Honduran kids in Colombia.
This job tears you to pieces.
I want to see it.
And this is not a chance to put those pieces back together.
You gotta see it.
And yet somehow you have failed to bring me one real-world lead.
It's over, Tim. Close up and come back home.
So you quit your job and you go and rescue those kids.
South of that river is all
Everyone
rebel
with arms
territory.
like this.
No one goes in. What if this was your daughter? So, she's gone.
True story. It's a true story, y'all.
Hear that? That's the sound of freedom.
Oh, you say the. That's like a thing. You say the word, the actual like title in the movie. It doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, because it's the cheesiest shit.
Sound of Freedom is one of those films that can legitimately change this world. So we want to ignite a fire in audiences and open their eyes to the dark reality of millions of children that need our help. Let's make this film a historic event and the start, the end of child trafficking.
It's a
Theaters
pretty good.
across this country are already selling out. Pre-order your tickets today, and you can send the message: God's children are no longer for sale.
Did anybody ever not say that? Oh, wait a minute.
Maybe he could
sound right.
bust into some churches in America and maybe save some kids.
All right, so
Wow.
first-
And the guy he's playing is like this Mormon dude who's like, we're gonna do this stuff for. He's of course QAnon super PAC thing. It's like, oh my. But then if you say anything bad about the movie, people are like, what do you mean you like pro child trafficking? It's like,
That's-
so what actually happened to the kids they freed? Nothing good, right? I mean, they're living with families in Utah now, right? No, maybe.
I
Possibly?
don't know what happened to the kids, but I would. The QAnon thing is the biggest. The QAnon conspiracy is closely tied to this, of course. And everybody knows that there are people against not child trafficking, apparently, or you know, I don't understand what's the logic behind that, right? Like, honey, we have to go see this movie. Somebody likes child trafficking. Maybe those liberals.
Yeah, it's my favorite. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Just read
Yeah.
all the stories about the pastors, all those liberal pastors that are being arrested for child issues.
You know what? I was looking up the director of this movie to see like how much of the cast and crew are buried into this QAnon thing. He's only directed 7 movies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's only directed 5 movies. Oh, it's right there. I could have just read that. And what are these movies? You guys
And
ever
one of
heard
them's
of these
called Little
movies?
Boy.
Oh shit! You're right.
What is that?
An 8-year-old boy is.
I mean,
willing to
this
do whatever
movie
it takes to end
was
World War
like
II.
wrapped up in 2018, so it's been sitting around for a while. I guess.
I've never even heard
Oh,
of it.
so this is like pre-pandemic.
And
take?
Jim Caviezel, like, I forgot that he had like a TV show for a few years, but since like
yeah,
Passion of the
the
Christ,
show
his
was
career
good.
hasn't done that well.
The
But-
show was good. Fucking Person of Interest was a good
Yeah.
show.
Oh, he was on that show.
That was a good show, man.
Yeah, he was
I
like the
really liked
co-star there, but
Damn.
I feel like it's this group goes in and apparently like saves kids that are being trafficked, but they also apparently help create interest in kids being trafficked because they go around saying, "Hey, we're looking to traffic some kids," and people are like, "Cool," and then they're like, "We'll bust you."
Entrapment.
And then what actually happens to the kids is kind of questionable. Like, once they
what
set them
happen
free,
to
do they
those
go
kids?
to homes in the U.S.? Because, you know, we got all these extra babies being born now in America. So
Yeah, they never say what happens to the kids. We don't like brown people, so what then? Right? What do you
Well,
do
you
with
give
the
them
brown
back to your
people?
mom, to their mama who lives in the shanty out in the woods, I guess.
Oh, no. You give it to some Karen and fucking some rich-ass Christian Karen somewhere.
Oh, yeah. That's, yep,
Act like they're fucking
but
saviors.
how many more kids can they take?
Well, I guess we'll find out. Because they're going to keep doing it. So the QAnon thing isn't obvious. Of course, the QAnon, what is it? The QAnon theory being that there's child trafficking and
But this...
Hillary Clinton had a base on the moon, if I'm not mistaken.
The pizza place, it's much closer.
The Pizzagate
Exactly.
thing. Yeah. So this is a big QAnon conspiracy bullshit vehicle that is they get guys like Caviezel to make it sound semi-legit. And apparently enough people bought that shit that they fucking, for one day,
It did well.
beat fucking Indiana
And
Jones.
Mira Sorvino is in this movie, and she did, yes, win an Oscar, but apparently she was on
she's
for
in
like
that
2
movie?
days because she's in the movie for about 20 seconds, I think.
Oh, she's in
Because that's
there.
probably as much as they could afford from.
Damn
you know,
it.
so-
Mira.
I don't know. It's weird because you see, like, you know, the god awful movies they make fun of the Christian movies. They have some mainstream actors in those things, and this movie
Yeah,
has,
I
you know,
know.
some people you actually know.
Dude, one of these like Rapture movies. I'm kind of obsessed with Rapture, Zach.
Is it like God's Not Dead? Like 4 or 5 is coming
No,
out.
some
soon.
weird Rapture movie. I was like looking at like YouTube videos of Rapture movies
Well, the
and
Left
stuff.
Behind, they've remade that like 4 times.
Pretty much. And one
Nick
of
Cage is
the
in one of them, and that has to be entertaining.
hold on,
At
this
least.
It
this-
is.
this girl I met here in LA who was a director and wanted me to edit her short film. She was in the fucking Rapture movie as like one of the like background characters.
Well, the people that became a pile of clothes on the floor.
Yeah.
You gotta pay the bills.
No, okay, not like a background, like a secondary character. Like she was like not one of the main characters, but
The
maybe one of the
extra?
B story characters, you know.
Uh,
Anyways, it was shocking, but
so yeah, I'm definitely going to see that and not pay for it.
yeah,
I'm
just send
gonna
us
go
all
ahead
links.
and say now. I'm not going to say how I'm not going to pay for it. I may be joking.
It'll
actually.
probably be on one of the main streamers in like 2 weeks. I don't know.
It'll be on the
Yeah,
Daily
well, I'm
Wire.
waiting. It's not on streaming yet,
Oh, the Daily Wire.
Yeah.
which I'm not.
Those are
doing
the ads I
RM
keep
thing.
getting. The what is a woman like? Join Daily Wire Plus. I'm like, didn't you just put that on Twitter
It's
for
on
free
Twitter
like
now.
2 weeks ago? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's out there.
Yeah.
You know, I can't do the RM. I can't go that deep and get that Daily Wire Plus account. I can't bring myself to do it. I can't.
Is your extra Jordan Peterson like? Is that possible?
I would if he was making as much money as if I was making much money as he was doing, I sure as fuck would. And write that shit off, too. Of my taxes as a business expense.
I thought you were dedicated. You know, I just can't believe it.
Well,
I mean, not that the regular Daily Wire content isn't enough for a person, or to watch like one episode of a Tim Pool, like his show.
For one day. Okay, I'll stop.
It's in the Bible.
Go in
Oh,
the
that-
was
the-
it go in
the
the middle of
lace-
the woods? Oh wait, that's
Get in the middle with. Why do they all talk fast? You ever thought about that?
oh wait, Indiana Jones and the Crystal Flute.
Crystal flute.
Yeah. That's
Okay, we're not going to do. We can't do that.
yeah, we can't just do R.
We'll get sued. It's weird.
Okay, should we
That's
smooth?
so weird. Okay,
Should we
what-
smooth transition into Michael Knowles, or do you guys want to watch the Mel Gibson clip
There's
about
a
sound?
duh. Mel Gibson every time, baby.
All right,
Tell
all right.
us, Mel
It's a
Gibson.
short, so like it should be short.
Big problems in our
That's the name.
is human trafficking, in particular trafficking of children.
Yeah, that's what it means.
And eradicating this crime is awareness. Go see Sound of Freedom.
I love they
Oh, that
put
was quick.
so much weight onto their fucking.
He
One of
really
the most disturbing.
Yeah, I think he did
Ooh.
like an interview that it would
he
take.
spends
minutes.
some time. I mean, I'm this color because of the light, but that's what he actually looks like in real life. It just depresses me that like he's in so much stuff. Like he's done things that should
He was
really
on
get a person
Road
canceled.
Warrior. man.
And he's done like
Yeah.
50 movies a year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're not really well-known movies, and strangely, they didn't find a role for him in this movie. Interesting. But I don't know if he's
He was
so
busy.
into it.
He was busy with his brainwashing business, I'm sure, or whatever the fuck he does.
Yeah.
All right, so go see Sound of Freedom. It looks like it's going to be a jolly good time. I'm looking forward to the QAnon undertones and the right-wing smirking and the dog whistles and the horrible, horrible acting. And my country too.
I'm surprised they didn't get the rights for like the Lee Greenwood song or something.
I mean, just there's
even
a
though they're
hammer,
in Honduras,
and they're
right?
beating you upside the head with the hammer. Child trafficking is bad. Democrats like
Oh,
it.
is that what you were doing with your hand? Gotcha.
Oh shit! Yeah, I thought
I
you
have
were
a fleshlight
trafficking
now.
children.
We talked about the fleshlight.
Yeah, but
Well,
you
they
still got to
traffic
do
so
this
many.
with the fleshlight. Or no, you just
Ooh.
hold it still.
No, it's too much. Yeah, no.
Too much.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Anyway, okay, I guess we're
Are we going to talk about carpal tunnel? This
Yeah.
could happen to you. This could be the next movie Caviezel does.
I don't masturbate that much. I'm too old.
Because when he was doing that, reading that thing, you could tell it was almost like reading a hostage video. Like, my
He did.
child is okay.
He did an interview with Mel Gibson, I think, I saw, and he's just dialing it in. Mel's just saying everything, and then he's like, yes, yes, and saying in a serious tone and shit. I'm like, okay, bro, what are you on? Okay? At this point, he's got to be on something. Anyway, moving along. What's the next thing we got, Britt?
What's wrong with being on something? Well,
I should know.
We got some
Oh,
Michael
man.
Knowles. This is a long one, so you guys just tell me to stop when you want to comment.
It's not
All
going to
right.
be the whole thing.
All right.
Speaking of
Here we go.
major cultural shifts, this is really great news. It's coming out of NBC. Headline, conservative influencers are pushing an anti-birth control message. Alarmist statements about hormonal birth control go viral on social media, but experts say they're not showing the full picture. Who are the experts? Because the conservative influencers who are pushing the anti-birth control message, I'm sorry to say I'm not included in this article. I'm pushing an anti-birth control message,
So
but
he's
I'm not
saying-
included in the article. And the
he's
reason is the
big,
article
yeah.
is focused almost entirely on women, focusing on Alex Clark over there
Go
at
figure.
TPUSA, focusing on Ashley St. Clair, who's a conservative
no,
influencer,
these-
focusing on, let's
jealous?
see, how many others? I won't go through and reread
Yes, he
the
is.
entire
He's big
article,
mad.
but focusing on a lot of these conservative gals who are saying, yeah, I was on birth control. I'm not being specific to Alex Clark and Ashley St. Clair. I don't know about their specific experience with birth control, but there are a lot of conservative women who say I was on birth control and it messed me up and I went kind of crazy and maybe I had fertility problems as a result of it. And the more studies I read about this, the more I
it's
realize
birth
that there are
control.
serious risks to birth control. And I promise you, if you're listening to this show right now, you've either experienced this or you at the very least know somebody who's experienced these kind of questions and who are now raising doubts about birth control. And the libs hate this. The libs hate that
Most normal people.
we're moving toward a less contraceptive society. And it's not just on the pill or the
you know
patch
it's
or the
dangerous
devices
being
that
pregnant.
young girls are persuaded to.
You know what? You could be a hero and you could just chop your balls off like Chris did.
Oh, hold up. That's not what that fucking is. And Zach did it too, asshole.
Yeah.
Zach, you did it too?
Who
I'm
needs
sorry,
them? Yeah.
was that a secret?
Fuck yeah! Oh my god, I love you guys, dude. Oh, you guys can come crazy, huh?
All right, calm down. Yeah, that
It
would
was
require
like,
having sex.
yeah, it was definitely an easier decision because it was like a major surgery for my wife or for me, an inpatient thing that took like 10 minutes.
I don't understand why we can't just do that.
It was a
like-
little creepy because, you know, while I was getting this done, I'm smelling this burning thing, and I'm like, that's me. And the doctor's like talking to me, hey, how about the football team? How are they going to do this fall? I'm like, dude, concentrate. But yeah, it is a very, very easy procedure. And I think I like on the pain meds as I was getting driven home, like I was posting on Twitter, and I'm sure those things are amazing because it was just like, I feel amazing. And then you go home and put the bag of frozen peas downstairs, and you're fine after a
You
couple
guys
days.
are true American fucking
All right,
heroes.
calm down. It's not that big a deal. Anyway.
It is to me.
Well, you have You need perspective. Anyway, go ahead and play.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say because as far as the vasectomy thing, like I don't disagree with him that like birth control may not be fucking with people's hormones and stuff like
of
that.
course it is.
So like why can't we advocate for vasectomies over women having birth control?
Well, they haven't specifically yet.
I mean, that's
but I'm sure
that's
coming.
that's a good point. But Michael Knowles is like Q team. Like he's the guy who was the like third stringer on the Jeremy Boring, the guy who runs Daily Wire. He did this video for like his own like razors, and Michael Knowles was like eighth string on there. Like he tried to say that let's kill all trans people at whatever CPAC to get attention because other people are getting more attention. Like I don't even know, like how deep do you need to go with people? Because I feel like he's one of the worst of like they're all pretty terrible, but he's like one of the least talented of that crew, which is
Matt Walsh.
a lot.
He really is. I get him and Matt Walsh mixed up. I don't know why.
Matt Walsh was a shock jock before.
I mean, at least Matt Walsh has more of a beard than Ben Shapiro can ever grow.
I want to punch him so hard his beard falls off his face.
Yeah, I want to fist fight all of them.
No, I'm
Bring them all.
Bad. Anyway, okay. Sorry.
Let's continue.
Oh, I did want to say that Matt Walsh was an extra as a gay actor in some fucking shitty movie.
No, that's Michael Knowles.
No, I meant Michael.
I think he probably
not
did.
Matt. Hey! To be fair to Michael Knowles too, because I think majority.
Why are we being
reporters-
fair to Michael Knowles?
Because this is for the Tim Pool fans out there, right?
Yes.
They played that clip the other night on Majority Report or the Turks, the Young Turks or whatever. And sorry, I mentioned the Young Turks. Cancel me.
Shut the fuck up.
It does not show Michael Knowles kissing the guy. They like show the bottom half, and then they fall into bed with their shirts off. So technically, Michael Knowles could be like, it's not.
Really?
It's not.
That's not the point of the movie.
Yeah, but Hassan was saying it was gay porn, and it's not gay porn.
Oh, for fuck's sake! He's doing it for hyper. Have we not been through hyperbole being in effect?
We have, but according to the Tim Pool listeners in our chat, all right, I'm just giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Why are we
I
fucking?
don't see
catering
where
to
the
these
Tim Pool
cocksuckers?
people. I was promised Tim Pool people.
They'll be later in the
Okay.
after show. After I clip it,
You haven't mentioned him yet, so
Tim Pool sucks a giant dick, and then they get in the comments.
Trust
like,
me,
oh
she's
my
been
God,
putting shorts up like crazy for the last fucking 3 days.
Yeah.
Tim Pool. She's got a dog with a bone, and now she's
I'm doing that whole thing that Tim Pool says that the Majority Report does is just fucking post Tim Pool shit just to get a rise out of people. Anyway. All right, Michael Knowles.
Casual sex without getting married, without having children, without any consequences for it. It's beyond mere birth control. The same people who are furious that conservative women are pushing against birth control are also furious that the Supreme Court made it a little bit harder to kill babies through abortion. They're the same people who are pushing euthanasia for the elderly and the poor and the homeless and the mentally ill. They're the same people who are pushing the sterilization of children through all these eunuch-making procedures that they call transgenders.
What the fuck year are we in?
It's all the same thing, and I can't help but notice.
I haven't heard
the end is always the same, which is fewer people.
Circumcision. That's mutilating.
We were just last week. We were talking about how awesome it is to have a bonus hole, right?
I forgot about the bonus. Don't say that. Don't say what was it?
Anna.
People who can have kids. What was the thing that made Anna Kasparian mad?
People that can be
well,
pregnant.
that's a whole other subject.
Yeah, I know.
We
gotta focus on Michael Knowles. Apparently, there's 20 more minutes of this video. Oh.
Listen. I followed this man during COVID, and it was a man that was pregnant, and he documented his whole journey, had the baby, and then continued to make TikToks with his baby. Men can have children, guys. Come on.
Well, why isn't Michael Knowles stepping up to the freaking plate then?
I believe that
because he's not doing anything useful.
Because he doesn't have the right parts.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
So
the same reason. What's his name? Buttigieg. They fucked him up because he took paternity leave or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
You don't want to
'cause
spend
they're
time with your children?
they're against
He's
time off, paid time off for parents. It's just insane. It's like, okay, we'll take away the right for women to have an abortion, but are we going to give any more money for like natal care? No, not a dime.
No.
It's just,
We're gonna eliminate the pool of people that can adopt these kids too.
Oh yeah, it's only like evangelical people or who have like 7 tickets to Sound of Freedom at least, and you can adopt.
Who call the theater to ask why there are tickets?
Why is the air conditioner not on there? Some TikTok about that was hilarious.
The devil made that theater not have air conditioning. Okay.
Bunch of fucking
Okay. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Because these guys, the leftists, the sexual revolutionaries, who were pushing all of these social pathologies, they just seem to hate people, or at the very least, they're being used by vessels of entities that hate people. It's always the same
that's my cat.
end.
Is that you?
What the fuck is that? All right, turn.
This is my cat bringing a toy up the stairs, which he does about 12 times a day and 3 in the morning every day. He has, if you put the toy back, he's meowing with it in his mouth. He brings it all the way up the stairs, and he drops it, and he gets the "you're a good boy," and then he moves on to the next.
You go at the
Yeah, see?
They're so fucking annoying, dude. Mine are
Shut
not
your
being
pie
annoying.
hole with your fucking
Yeah, they
slavering ass slave.
You gotta
dog.
take dogs to walk, but then you don't have to scoop litter boxes, so maybe
I don't
you
have to
win
go
there.
out in the fucking.
You think Michael Knowles has ever done that before? Wasn't it the Daily Wire? They had a video about all their hosts, and they were like, "Oh, our wives do our laundry. We don't know how to use a laundry machine."
Yeah.
Michael Knowles was like, "Not me. I know how to use it." Oops, sorry, I shouldn't have done that. All right, moving on.
And it's a reminder for conservatives. You know, there were a lot of conservatives who would argue, and pro-lifers, they would say, look, we just want to end abortion. We're not going to touch contraception. We're not going to touch, I don't know, artificial insemination. We're not going to touch IVF. We're not going to touch surrogacy. We're not going to touch this, that, or the other thing. And I understand tactically why they say the killing of babies in the womb is much more urgent and dire and dangerous than these other issues. But you can't neatly separate all of these issues. It's all of a piece with the sexual revolution. The culture that treats sex very casually and that suggests that we have a right to sex absent the consequence of pregnancy is going to be a culture that's more likely to engage in abortion.
All right, we're done.
A culture that embraces radical...
Why is any of this
No more.
his business? What
This
I
guy
do?
has to have a Grinder account. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah,
That's the
definitely.
most I've ever heard from him before. Because
see.
the whole Steven Crowder, like, he's actually admitted it, but this guy, I'm like, okay. I don't know. It's interesting. Just these characters who are like these like theater kids. They're like, I wanted to be an actor, and like Ben Shapiro, if he had just been able to do a crappy Netflix movie, or he could have made it, and then he decided to go another direction because he couldn't do it. He does not have the skill. Every time he reviews a movie, it's like, oh, that's why you can't write a good screenplay.
Guess who else had a failed career and became a fascist spokesman? Sir Hitler. See?
Oh no, for real?
Oh yeah, he could have been a painter, right?
He was a failed painter.
Oh shit.
Well, I mean,
all right, well I'm
most
about to
painters.
hit my fascist art because I'm a failed artist too.
You're too fat.
Ouch.
God damn, dude.
No,
She's an
it's-
artiste. She's working with Joel Kinnaman. That is artiste. right
There's
there.
a joke in
Okay?
this before
Yeah.
you get.
All the Tim Pool guys call me fat and a blob and whatever you can think of.
Her arm
I
fat.
mean, Tim Pool is not. Yeah.
Calm down. That's not very feminine of you.
Actually, Michael Knowles looks better than most of the Daily Wire hosts. I don't know.
That's
It's
not
all relative, but yeah, it's like
Yeah, so Michael.
everybody
Knowles
else is trying to
confirmed-
hide something. He just is who he is. I don't know.
The only thing I can say is that the Daily Wire demographic is dead. So I mean,
Their average age But they have all these young people working for him, except for Jordan Peterson, who looks like he may have risen from the dead.
Like what's Ben? What's the female Ben?
I don't remember the name,
know.
but it is like
why
do you
Brett.
look exactly
I think it's
like
Brett.
Yeah, it's
a guy's name. It's my name.
So much for femininity.
I'm just guessing that character is married. Do you have a bunch of kids? Because you're supposed to.
It's Oh yeah, aren't you supposed to be at home having kids? The fuck are you doing?
I don't know.
In your fake ass fucking fake ass. Oh look, I'm a rogue YouTube maker in my bedroom with my fucking perfect makeup and shit. Fucking clown.
Probably has cats on the slide.
Oh no, there's no cats.
Are you allowed to have cats?
Allowed on set.
How come all you atheists have cats and shit?
Come down.
We do.
Damn it, cat.
If the shoe fits, except this is how I do not fit in that community. I've almost never seen any like Star Trek, so I don't know how I've been allowed.
That is kind of
me too, Zach, me too. I come from the era.
I've watched a few. I watched the one where they go save the whales, whatever it was in the 80s. Yeah, exactly.
There'll be whales here, Captain.
I come from the generation where I was a Star Wars fan, so you hated on the Star Trek.
That's true. You had to pick one or the other, and now you kind of have to pick one or the other because there's like 50 Star Trek shows and there's like 50 Star Wars shows.
I guess I
had Disney for a while, but it was hard to keep track.
Yeah, I would go, even with the minimal amount of Star Trek that I've seen, I would go with Star Trek now than Star Wars. Because that shit sucks.
Yeah, Mandalorian's not bad. But anyway, so Michael Knowles, if I believed in hell, could burn in it and like have somebody slap him and have a feminist slap him.
I mean, I get the anti-birth control, but the anti-like IVF kind of stuff, like that's people trying to make babies who can't.
That will never happen. It's the same thing.
I know Christians that have done that.
Rich people will be able to get access. It's the same thing that happened when abortions were illegal. Rich people will be able to get them, and poor people won't be able to. That's the same shit as it always is.
I've never just been able to understand this like oppression of like sex. Like, why does it have to be this like sacred, holy thing? Like,
control.
I mean, it is
control.
between
without
like the two
consequences.
People.
Yeah.
But it's the decision of the two people, or 3 or 4, or however.
But they
I mean,
don't
if you're on the right, you're not allowed. Like, consequences don't exist. Like, people get mad. Like when Tim Pool was asked about shooters like actually showing that they'd watched his show, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. No responsibility at all. But it's like anytime you might have sex, you have to have this. You have to like. It's good. It's a threat, and it's like a threat to women. And it's a threat to women of color because they're more likely to have issues. I mean, Serena Williams, one of the most like rich women in the world, like she got pregnant, she almost died. It's like that just happens, and it happens more often to people who don't have means. And it's like,
yeah,
if you're not going to help people, then you're like basically saying, yeah, you have sex. It's like Russian roulette.
Yeah,
it's like that's not good.
Unless you got a vasectomy, like these guys.
All right, calm down. Okay.
Calm down.
True American heroes, baby.
It's
exactly.
No point
it's about time I finally get noticed for my heroism. For my single-handedly trying to save the beer industry.
Riz.
Yeah, the devil ain't got no riz.
Well, I do want to ask Chris about something. This is kind of personal. I hope he doesn't take it too personally. So, what do you think of the Wonka trailer?
Wonka trailer.
Willy Wonka, another remake. It's the third
Timothy Chalamet, your buddy from Dune.
Yeah, Dune.
Wait, I'm sorry, Chris. I forgot to ask you this very important question. Who is Dune? Okay.
Tommy was actually on last week. Tommy kept asking who is Dune.
That was just.
It's
an inside joke.
The Wonka trailer?
Yeah. What about it?
Should we watch it?
The what? What trailer?
To the Wonka movie. Is that what you just...
It came out like yesterday.
No. We will not be wasting any time on Willy Wonka.
Oh God. All right.
Dune
what
2,
about?
however, we did watch.
I didn't really think of it being like IP, but I guess the whole Wonka thing is because they did the Johnny Depp version that most everybody thought was horrible, and then they're like, well, let's do a prequel. Okay.
Is it a prequel?
Yeah. That's my cat.
The cat.
He's like, dude, you did not acknowledge my awesomeness. Cats know they were worshipped in Egypt, and they do not forget it, and they're going to let you know exactly. The door is closed, and when you open it, I'm not going to care, but open the door.
Oh, God.
Come in. Nah, change my number.
Should we watch Tucker Carlson and Andrew Tate?
Ooh. Not the
And
whole
then-
2.5 hours,
and then
please.
end on that? Nah, I mean, we'll skip around. We skipped around with this first episode, and it was actually
That's
pretty
fun.
funny.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
All right. Hold on.
Come on, man.
All right, here we go.
Being a straight boy in the United States, like, what are you hearing at school? What are they telling you on the internet? Well, they're telling you to stop being yourself. Sit still. Stop joking. Suppress
like
your
an Oompa
aggression.
Loompa.
Share your feelings. Obey.
Take my brain out. So.
Female qualities are virtuous. Masculine qualities are oppressive. That's the message. In case it wasn't clear enough, schools around the country have removed urinals from boys' bathrooms.
Ooh,
The
they
male
have.
body
What?
itself is
Prove it.
shameful.
They should have
Sit
been
down
doing
when you
that.
pee like a
Really?
good little girl.
I know a lot of guys
Views like
that
this
are
are
more
often called
comfortable when they sit
feminism
down to
or
pee.
woke politics. But in fact, they amount to mass conversion therapy, an attempt to change the fundamental nature of people. Nothing like this has ever been attempted at scale. It's one of the most grotesque and destructive experiments in human history.
In human history.
What would it be like to find yourself the subject of that experiment?
What a drama
as a
queen.
boy trying to become a man during the Biden years?
Triggered.
Well, you might kill yourself. Many have. You might decide to reject your own manhood and embrace androgyny, or even switch sexes. Girls are better? Fine.
Yeah, no, it
I'll
totally
become
happens
one.
all the time.
Or more likely, you might simply withdraw into porn and weed and video games
Ooh.
and give up on your life
Weed.
before it's
That's
begun.
weed.
My.
You might retire
Weed
at
and
19,
video games.
a less
I don't
dramatic
play
form
video
of
That's what I do
suicide.
every day. Weed,
All
porn, and
around
video
us,
games.
this is happening.
And you used
Noticing
to be
it
a
is
man.
forbidden,
See what
but that
happened?
does not make it any less real. So it's probably not surprising that Andrew Tate was the most Googled man in the world last year. He offers a
That
different
is a
vision.
sad
Tate is a former
statement.
professional kickboxer who about a decade ago began posting advice to young
Decided
men on
to
social media.
Traffic women.
Tate's
You
view
want me
is
to
that
skip?
men want respect above all. It's how they're wired.
Yeah, get to the fucking
In order
interview. I
to
don't
get
care what he-
respect, men must become worthy of it.
Oh,
They must
somebody would
become
come
more
in here
impressive.
pretty soon, though.
Wake up early, work
He
as
just
hard
says
as
the
his
same
father
shit he
has already.
always says.
Again, we don't know. Again, we don't know.
Okay, hold on.
Get
Jeffrey
the-
Epstein's
again,
dinner
we don't
partners
know.
insist that Andrew Tate is a pervert and a criminal. Maybe they're telling the
He
truth.
is.
Either way, we think Tate's views about men very much deserve a hearing. So we flew to Romania to talk to him.
Flew to
We
Romania.
What?
Wait, 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 wait.
You didn't know that?
He did not fly to
And
Romania.
he didn't bring any socks, by the way. Just to let you know. Spoiler alert.
Wait, this is the same set?
Both he and Tate are sitting there with like shoes and no socks. I'm like, that's manly. I got my
I do
got
it all
my
the time.
khakis on. They're a little too high. Yeah.
Isn't this the same set that he's
Yeah.
always on?
No, he visited because he's in house arrest. I wonder why. Just because he says controversial things, not because he
but
trafficked
this is
women or
Tucker
raped them
Carlson's
or anything.
set, right?
Well, that is his home set. Yeah, I know. I'm surprised
he could've
Tucker.
brought it
Tucker
in.
has one of those tracking devices on his ankle, probably.
He brought a whole fucking plane with him, I'm sure.
He
had
did?
all that
Okay,
set
okay,
and
okay.
shit.
All right.
On Twitter because we've been assured it will not be taken down for ideological reasons, as
Twitter.
so much of his content has been.
Nobody's watching.
The video is
Thanks,
long,
Twitter.
but if you can, take the time to watch it.
No,
Make up your own mind about Andrew Tate.
already
Here
did.
it is.
I've already
So
watched
what
the
are you
shit ton.
charged with?
Oh, okay.
That's a really good question. I'm charged with being the head of an organized criminal group, which is in charge of recruiting
Oh, he
girls
shaved his head,
to make
too.
TikTok videos
Well, he has
to
no
steal
hair,
the money
so
from the TikTok.
They let him have a
views.
razor.
TikTok.
Recruiting girls to make TikTok videos and stealing the money. So it's really a financial crime?
It looks that way, and it's very interesting because the girls who they've identified to add to the file are saying that we're not victims of anything, and this isn't true. But the state
are
believes
they?
it's true.
So-
And the state thinks that I, as a 35-year-old man, woke up I was already
They
extremely
don't have
financially
sight.
successful. I was already a father. I was already very well known. I had no financial motivation. I have no criminal record. It's not my personality profile, but I woke up at the age of 35
It's not
and decided
in your
to
personality
make
profile.
girls
I mean,
do
he
TikTok
admitted to these crimes.
to enrich myself
He's admitted to what
with
he's
the
done.
pennies that I would earn from TikTok views.
So in the United States,
Wait. He keeps saying TikTok. It's not TikTok. Isn't it he created his own like
Is he? He may be on
webcam video?
That's
You
there too,
can't-
yeah.
You can't show like you can't show vagina on fucking TikTok.
Vagina.
Bush.
You can't show vagina. What are you?
So he's
80?
so he's already lying, right? Or am I wrong?
No, he may be on TikTok. I don't know enough about him. I don't care.
I thought the TikTok thing was his like where people like take his clips
Probably
and
like
monetize them.
promoting, like come
Yeah,
to
it's
the
promotion.
site.
I don't think that's his main.
Right. So I feel like he's twisting the truth here.
It's interesting that they're not. And he's not wearing a tie because they're all casual. Look how casual these guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They're drinking like
Is that you
Zimas
were
together.
charged
It's all
with
good.
Trafficking. Yeah, that's human trafficking because what you do is you force a girl to work against her will for financial gain. That's human trafficking. And
That's what he
their
did.
justification for this is that girls do TikTok. Some girls I know who they found.
No,
who
they
say they're not
don't.
victims.
They said you had a
how do
webcam
you
business.
force someone to do TikTok videos?
I guess the prosecutor is going to have to explain that, isn't he? It's a very interesting scenario I'm in, and I'm inside of Romania, so I have to show a degree of respect to the Romanian judicial system, and I have to show a degree of respect to the situation I'm in. But the overall charge is that there's an organized criminal group. There's a group of us. I'm the head
Him
of it.
and his brother.
My brother is below me, and we use the lover boy method to convince women to do TikTok
Love
videos
that.
to make money, so that we can steal the TikTok money.
That sounds good.
So there's
That
no,
sounds
just to be
about
clear,
right.
you are not.
No, it's not TikToks
Who cares anyway? This doesn't matter.
because he's lying.
Accused of pandering, of pimping, of
No.
forcing women to have sex with anybody.
No, not forcing them to have sex, not restraining their movement, not stopping them from
Thought that
living a
was-
full life.
that was
but
it.
the fact that we are somehow convincing them to have TikTok. Very interesting. I don't think.
But there's no actual. I'm asking you this because I do think it's a widespread belief that you were accused of pimping.
Yeah,
or
no, that's
that-
nothing to do with any of this case. Absolutely nothing. And it's kind of scary because the crime in itself of human trafficking is a unique
So
one.
what's the
because
deal with the
they
gorilla
can
with
ignore
like
the
dollar
statement
bills?
of
Is
the
that what's
victim.
going on in
So
the middle
the
of
girls
this
have come
room?
forward and said, this is
That's a good
insane.
question.
You've just picked.
Hold on.
This guy's decor. He could be arrested for that.
I feel like he's trying to skirt around talking about the real issue by bringing up
Hey,
TikTok.
what do we
specific-
know the actual charges? Because
From what I understand,
I
I
feel
don't know
like-
the actual charges, but from what I understand, it
No.
was like these webcam rings where like, have you ever seen like the big studios that have like the fake bedrooms and they have like,
No,
That's what
Brit?
I-
yeah, it's like webcam stuff, and he makes them do it, and he takes pretty much like 80-90% of the money.
right. And he says, oh, I don't make them have sex with
And
people.
that has nothing to do with like TikTok's like short videos, and it's not explicit. The stuff
Right.
that
And
yeah.
cam girls don't normally have sex with other people. So he's not, I feel like he's lying to like make it look like a farce, but he actually did all this shit. Just not on TikTok. And I it's very strange to me that he keeps bringing that up.
Yeah, it becomes like TikTok, which was like a curse word here that we're trying to like ban it in all the states in the US.
China.
Just because we're near Andrew and we're his friends. But the whole idea of the crime is they can say that she's brainwashed, right? She's under duress. So you can ignore her statement. State says she's a victim, regardless of the fact that she says she's not a victim. So it's very interesting because the difference between sex and rape is consent, right?
Right.
But they remove all of that. They're like, nope, you're a victim. No matter what you say, we're deciding you're a victim. And they've chosen them. And of course, these girls do nothing pornographic. They've never had sex
he
with
has
anyone,
been
nothing to do with that.
accused
So
of
they've
rape,
picked TikTok. So it's scary. Imagine you're a full-grown man anywhere in the world today. They can find two girls
He
who have
admitted
TikTok
to
on their
raping
phone,
someone, didn't
which
he?
is every single female on the planet.
It's like been on,
and they can
it's-
accuse
yeah,
you of
it's been recorded.
forcing them to take the TikTok money. And even if the girls say they didn't do that, this isn't true, then you're still a human trafficker.
But
who's
force,
saying
what does
that's not
that
true?
consist of?
Yeah,
Forcing
this is bullshit. Let's move forward.
the prison hanging over you.
I think that I like to believe that this is a test from God, I like to believe that. If you
he's
come to
he's
us
all
with
about
the
Islam, which I'm sure he's not
saying
going to
that you
say
have
in front of
mental
Tucker
resilience,
because
and
Tucker
God
would
is
not
gonna
go for
Make
that.
sure you don't have that degree of fame without testing you. I like to believe that God comes along and says,
He
yes,
says
I'm allowed
depression
you to
isn't
become
real.
the top
That's
G.
another thing.
We're going to see if you really are the top G.
Top
I
G.
believe that's how
I'm
the
top
world
G.
works. It's certainly intimidating, especially knowing you're completely innocent. But I believe it's a test, and I believe it's my job to pass the test for my ancestors and for people watching over
It's a
me. and
proof
God.
that
For
like,
your
people,
ancestors.
people in
That's not
America
possible
will
in
buy
this scenario
anything
and
as long as there's like a
regardless of
British
whether I
accent
win or lose.
involved.
I still believe
Yeah.
I'm going to win because I've seen it.
Chris,
It's
he's half black, so who's the racist,
Okay.
him or you?
Is
Yeah,
it?
he is. His dad's black.
Case
That's
file, and I've
interesting.
seen that no laws have been broken. But
Oh,
even
what?
in
I
the
keep up
very
with my
unfortunate
taste stuff
circumstance
now.
that this Matrix attack goes deep enough to
Apparently.
throw me into a jail cell, I think I should handle it like a man. I think I should stay and finish the process, and I should walk with my
Handled
head
like a
held
man.
high
That's why you're complaining
and
about it
suffer
on
as much as I need
Tucker
to suffer
show.
to stick by my convictions and know that I'm an innocent person. And
I'm about to be talking to a wall. He gets no
I
viewers.
refuse to break. I refuse to cry. I refuse to be depressed about it. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to smile regardless. And regardless of what happens to me, I want
never
everyone
seen
to
him
know
smile.
that, one, I would never kill myself. And two, I think that as a man, there's always going to be a degree of pain and suffering in
thinks
your
they're gonna
journey. I
kill
don't
him
think you're
person.
ever going to become a successful man
That's why he
or be
keeps
good
saying
at being a man without pain and suffering. And there's many times in my life where something terrible happened to me, and at the time, if I could change it, I would have. But retrospectively, you kind of look back and go, you know what? That was
right.
formulative for me.
That's right.
That is what God decided I needed to become who
Formulative?
I
Okay,
became.
okay.
All right.
Is that a real word?
I am a little bit afraid and a little bit intimidated by the incompetence of my enemy because their standardized playbook is now failing.
They
in real time.
arrested
The
him.
standardized playbook
They
is a
don't
media
seem too
attack, a
incompetent.
lie, and it's not working anymore. And it got me a little bit worried about what the next move is.
This is pretty good projection.
You used to
now.
just be able to lie about a guy all over the news and you
Oh,
win.
that's all
right?
they do is
But
project.
now it's like, shut up. So now,
Yeah, I'm pretty bad as
I don't
being a
know.
criminal and being like
and
a
that's what's
mob
kinda
guy.
scary in my
So
scenario, because nobody's going to believe any of the crap they print about. Nobody believes it. Nobody believes it. Whenever I do an interview with the Matrix media,
I
they
believe
don't.
it.
Nobody believes. They have to turn the
The
comments off.
Matrix me.
Because everyone in the comments are just ripping them apart.
Well, you do seem very sad on the verge of killing
you
yourself.
know who
are
did
you?
the Matrix?
How
People did the Matrix.
they did, that is true. But how do you believe in Islam and the Matrix at the same time?
Is that against? I didn't remember Muhammad mentioning that.
Yeah.
He was like marry a 9-year-old, but not in the Matrix. No, he did
Absolutely
not say
not.
Keanu. He could have said Keanu.
Yeah.
Never would. And that's what you said that.
Isn't gonna do the
I have to
stupid
keep saying
laughter.
it. I have to keep saying it because it's scary, right?
Those
But I believe
pants,
you get
though,
3
just-
lives. I think they cancel
both
you
these
initially.
guys need to
And
talk
then
to people
when that fails, they try and put you in jail without a reason. And if that fails,
without a
only
reason.
one option
They have
left.
there are this things called
So
charges.
I'm in a very scary scenario. But I guess the same as the men on the Titanic just couldn't get on the lifeboat.
I mean,
just
the whole
can't
point of him going to
stop
Romania
saying
was
what I
because they
believe
don't
to be true. A
have
young man
all
comes to
these
me.
laws.
I know. How funny
And
is that?
he was like, "I'm gonna push even that."
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
do the 2.5 hours of this thing. I can't, even if you fast forwarded it 40
We're
minutes
not.
per time.
Yeah, I don't think there's.
Are we done? Hold on. Let's just see what.
Even
the
like
end
an
is.
article that took me 2 minutes to read about this whole thing, it was just like, oh my god.
All right, you get the last. You get a minute.
The last word.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing, and
it's interesting how
Hold on,
feed you, and it's very hard to fight against the government who's feeding you. It's very hard to resist the people who give out the bread. Yeah, I think that's called something. It begins with C. What's it called?
Oh, but fuck you. All right.
I also.
I'm out.
So okay, first, nobody's watching that shit.
Oh yeah, I
And
should have checked how many people watched.
He's
it.
on his.
It's
yeah.
unreliable. It's
It was like
Twitter-
Fox sued him for doing that, and then they're like, you know what? Never mind. Like, who cares?
they're
60 million views.
I mean, I don't know. Is because weird
No.
thing, like all the people that have become evangelists for Elon, he didn't pay any of them. I don't think Tucker gets anything for this, except like, okay, we'll put it on Twitter.
He doesn't
Which
need it, though.
so what? He
got
paid the
that
$8 a
Lawson
month.
money.
Oh, it's rough.
Incidentally, that
a
60
drop.
million views is bullshit because old people don't know how Twitter works.
Yeah.
And because Twitter doesn't work the same way as like Nielsen ratings on cable or regular.
You're not even watching like a
broadcast
minute
TV.
of it. like
I
think
could scroll
if
by
it's, if it happens to be on your feed for like a quarter of a second, you get counted as a view.
Yeah, so
for an
that's
entire
what's
2.5
considered
because someone did a review of it. It's like 2.5 hours. Oh my god.
Also, like on YouTube, you can pay for a YouTube membership and you can watch it with your phone closed. On Twitter, you can't do that, right? Who's walking around listening
Twitter
or
isn't.
watching
He just
a 2-hour
decided.
clip?
He just added this. Oh, by the way, Twitter has the infrastructure to stream. Oh wait, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bruh.
Yeah.
Nobody watches
I think
Twitter
he's
for
getting
shit like that.
sued for all the bandwidth and like it's amazing. Like all the money that's going to be coming that he owes. He owes like something like $500 million in severance for all the people he fired because he's like people were like cheering, "Yay, you're firing all these people!" Like, by the way, you have like severance law. You're supposed to like pay these people. Oh, well, maybe not.
He's so rich he
They're
can
so
do
stupid.
stupid shit all day long.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
I mean, he
fuck
definitely
Tucker
should be in
anyway.
For All Mankind. Sorry.
No, what?
I think they mentioned. I feel like he got mentioned by name on that show because they
Well,
always
there's already
do.
an Elon Musk character.
Yeah, it's true. Although he's way
Dev.
smarter than him. He's still dumb, but he's way smarter than Elon.
Yeah.
Who
comes off?
Dev, the black guy.
What?
Dev, the black guy, who works
Did
with
you
Karen.
watch the show?
What show?
He had the
For All Mankind.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Dude,
Okay, yeah.
I don't. I feel
You
like
didn't
you two
mention
need to have a
the
talk.
show.
But Dev is like he is the Elon Musk, but he's like the Elon.
Yes, yes.
They
yes,
wish.
Yes.
Like he's all nice and progressive.
He actually
and-
like knows what he's talking about sometimes.
Yeah.
But not all the time.
Because in real life, if someone like Ed had to interact with Elon Musk, Ed would think that they're a fucking idiot. Sorry, I spend a lot of time with these characters, so do you guys remember who Ed is?
Joel. He's Joel.
Yeah,
Mr.
he's that guy.
Kinnaman too. Most of you.
Yeah.
I have no memory left.
He's the guy who every
main guy.
season he ages 10 years and he looks
Oh.
like he's the exact
Yeah.
same age.
Stud muffin guy.
Just based on the previous season. I don't know the future. I cannot predict.
Yeah,
You've
we're
seen
not allowed
things.
to know the future, even though somebody could tell.
He's
us
covered
what
in
the fuck
green
happened.
screen. He's still hot as hell.
We could have
I
a
know.
scoop, Brittany, and we can make some real money.
I mean, there's a reason why season 1 and 2 are so good. So.
All right, we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
We agree. We agree.
We'll
on
let
that
you
one.
have it. I reckon.
Yeah. I miss Gordo, man. Gordo and Tracy. Fuck.
Yeah, that actor. Have you ever seen that show? He did a show called Patriot before that was really good. It's on Amazon Prime. But he's like I think he's New Zealand or Australia, but he always plays Americans, and he's
That's interesting.
really good at being
so
American.
good. Yeah, he's very good. All right.
So fuck Tucker and Tate. You know he's a dumbass, and there's nothing more to be said about that shit.
Right.
60 million
There is.
views, my nutsack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we could just end on this.
Anyway, I'm out in Miami, ho. You like heat?
Patriot is. Oh, go ahead.
Heat
Wait.
down, take down. I'm whacked up, booty hole whacked down. The words of Lord Alfred Tennyson. That's
You are more of a Jew than
strong
Ben
stuff there.
Shapiro with that.
From
You have
Pound
a
Town
beard. He couldn't grow one. Like it took years. He could not.
He's the Pope of the Jews. That's what.
I'm
Sam
out in
said.
Miami, ho.
I
That
mean,
booty
he
hole
should like.
waxed down.
He could probably make more money just him doing like hip hop lyrics.
Yeah, he's trying. At this point, he's trying.
But it's like, yeah, I get the diminishing returns. Like
Yeah,
the first
no
time he did,
talent.
everybody, and then it's like, no.
He has no talent at all to do anything.
Just to hear him talk is like
remotely
I
creative.
don't know, like listening to
I
Ron
don't know how
DeSantis
people
talk.
can listen to him. Like, just on a general level, how the
He sounds
fuck
like a
can you-
robot. He already sounds like AI.
No, that's Zuck. That Zuck sounds like a robot.
They all do.
I wanted to call out the skeptical, not call out, but give a shout out to the skeptical Satanist.
Oh.
Patriot is
Patriot,
great.
see?
I know this guy.
It is
I
a
think I've been on that
crazy show, but it was really good. I think it was 2 or 3 seasons, but it is on, I think, Amazon Prime, and yeah, it's like a guy who is a government like agent, and then he goes crazy, but he's able to like do
Oh, okay, I see it.
Oh, did
2
he cut off at
seasons.
the last minute?
Wait, Zach, you cut off.
No, he's fine.
Oh, you're back.
And it
now.
also takes advantage of the guy's ability to like sing. He plays a guitar, so yeah, there you go. He didn't do any of that on For All Mankind.
Look at how it's spelled. This.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, this looks cool.
It's got the guy from Lost. It's got some good actors.
It's got Red from fucking that 70s show in it.
Huh?
I can't read that.
It's okay.
Well, I might have to check that out. I'm watching 3 different fucking things right now.
What?
And I'm
what are you
only
watching?
now watching Aqua Teen Hunter Force, and I'm only 20 years too fucking late. But anyway,
Are you watching Righteous Gemstones?
No, I don't like that show. I've already told you this.
It's so good.
That guy who
He's
created it, everything he does, he plays the exact same guy.
It's
and I
exact
do
same
not
fucking
like him at
character.
all.
Okay, if you don't.
They're calling that show like the funniest show on TV, and I'm like, man, comedy is
First of all,
because I
you're
have not laughed at it.
You're not wrong. Second of all, The Righteous Gemstones is not the best of his shows. Eastbound
You're
and
right.
Down.
None of them are good.
No, you gotta watch Vice Principals. That shit is fucking.
I watch. It's
art.
the same guy. Eastbound
Yeah, but
and
it's
Down
not-
was the only one. That
I mean,
was
it has
halfway
Walton
decent.
Goggins on the
Walton
Vice
Goggins
Principals.
steals
So.
the motherfucking
Yeah.
show, dude.
Walton Goggins
That's not
forever.
him.
He's
It's
great on.
not Danny McBride.
Yeah, but Danny McBride is funnier because of.
No,
Walton
he's
Goggins.
not. This
Yes,
is the
he
whole
is.
argument.
There could
You
be
were
hope.
wrong.
Probably
Two
not,
against
but-
one, 2 men, 1 woman. It counts 2 times.
Who's
actually.
seen Vice Principals on this
I saw
stream?
like one episode. I couldn't do it because of Danny McBride. Like was his Danny McBride-ness overshoots even Walton Goggins, who is like amazing and everything. Like he's like this 15th most screen time on the Righteous Gemstones, and he's great when he's on there. But he's just it's like
Yeah, but that's what's great about Vice
they should make a
Principals.
show
He's
about that
50%.
character.
He's for 50%.
He's
of
great
Vice
on The
Principals.
Shield. He's great on Justified. He's been anything he does. You know, even the 12 seconds he was on like Quentin Tarantino movies. He's good.
He's about
So
to be in
yeah,
the Fallout TV show too.
and he's
just
from
one last
Georgia, I think.
Alabama. I looked this
Which
up the
I
other
can't
day.
fucking read because I can't find my glasses.
Was there something else you want to talk about, Chris? Or
Patriot is great. Oh wait, there was one more thing. Should have lasted more seasons, but ended after 2.
But you get 2.
Okay.
It's like 10 episode seasons too.
So what we
Give it a
like to
shot.
do, Zach, is
Oh no.
to play
Don't tell me
people
what we've
out
learned.
because when they say some stupid shit. So since Brittany says so much stupid shit, we make it a point for her to say stupid shit, and on that note, I fade her out.
I don't have any
Play her
stupid
out.
shit.
Okay, Zach, say something stupid.
Chris is amazing.
You know what? Fuck you.
Oh.
Oh,
It's
wait,
too
wait,
late.
wait, wait. Skeptical Satanists love Righteous Gemstones because it makes fun of the shit church I grew up in. That's what I'm talking
I
about.
am the
Oh, but he
ideal
hates
audience
Danny
for that
McBride.
show,
Fuck
and it's
you,
just-
get out of here.
Man, there, fuck off. The show, not him personally. He said the show. There
Y'all
is
are
a difference. Danny McBride is
John
garbage.
Goodman's on it.
Fuck y'all. I'm gonna
Kiss
start
my
my own
ass.
podcast.
All right.
I'm gonna talk
You
about
should.
You're
cool
wrong.
stuff.
Brit is wrong. The name of the show is Brit's Wrong.
No.
We're changing it.
All right, no more clips, no more nothing. I just quit.
I love you, Brit.
Rambling Rednecks Revue.
Thanks for
We
coming on,
reviewed
Zach.
it. Yeah,
I'm
thanks,
not
Zach.
as red as Tucker Carlson.
That was fun. That was way more than Tommy. Way more fun than Tommy.
Oh.
Yeah, 'cause anyway,
that's
we won't
racist.
have that.
Sorry.
That's a different
Ouch.
conversation. All right. Until next
824
time, y'all.
Okay.
Remember, fuck the studios. Yay!